Have you ever had one of those moments where you just sit there and you think, how could this happen to me? How in the world did I get to this place? About 4 years ago, I had one of those moments, and I was laying inside a hospital, flat on my back in a bed, staring at a ceiling, and it was the most just intense and crazy experience of my life. Because I was 25 years old, a very, very healthy girl, loving my life and ministry, passionately chasing the things that God had put on my heart, and I had the opportunity to do it in a great local church. And I went from very healthy to very sick very quickly. I mean, it was within a matter of about a week. I was at my job, everything was normal, and then just a few days later, there I was in the hospital, very sick. And doctors would come in, and they were running test after test after test. And what was wrong with my body? I had some sort of infection, some sort of inflammation, and they couldn't find the source of it. They ran tests for a week. I was on all these different kinds of drugs and medication, and no one could figure out what it was that was making me sick. So these two doctors come in after I'd been in the hospital for about a week, after running all of these tests, and they couldn't find what was making me sick. So they asked me one question. They said, "How is your stress level?" And at first I kind of blew them off because, I mean, I'm 25 years old, I'm healthy, I'm invincible, I love my job in ministry, I'm loving what I'm doing. But my husband kind of lets out this little chuckle and just that kind of "I told you so" sort of laugh. He didn't do it to be mean, but in a way, he was right. He had been warning me for the last 2 years that we had been married, that I was running at a pace that I couldn't sustain, and that without taking a break, without getting the rest that I needed, that I would burn out. And that's exactly what happened. So the doctor said, if this is the case, if it is stress that is making you sick, you've got to make a change in your life, or else you're going to be back here in this hospital within a year, no doubt about it. And that was a really big wake-up moment for me. I went back home and I started thinking about what areas in my life had started to fall apart. I mean, physically, obviously, I was very sick. Emotionally, I didn't even realize it, but I started to fall apart a little bit. I was struggling with a bit of depression and anxiety and panic attacks, and I thought all this was normal. That's kind of the weird thing about it, was I thought it was all normal. Relationally, because of all of these things that were wrong, I'd begun to isolate myself. And spiritually, that relationship with me and God, I was doing things for Him, but that's really all that relationship consisted of. I never was letting Him refresh me or renew me.